That was a heck of a. Y'all need to be talking to me about mindset. That was amazing. And I'm just going to give you your props right now, Kylie, because, a lot of people, they don't practice innovation. They want to practice what the end looks like. Sometimes that creates laziness, and it creates, the inability to get past certain things, which if you ain't growing, you're dying. If the fire is not being, if you're not putting more wood in the fire is burning out. There's no other way for the fire to continue to burn. It needs more wood. So what you're doing, Kylie, is innovating. You are invigorating, encouraging, leading your team, no matter what it looks like in every season. And I we've had many calls throughout the years, and I salute you for what you're doing. It's just it's amazing. So
appreciate you, Marc.
The two things that I would look at when you're talking about mindset, I think it's very similar to what y'all did this morning. Like, you literally have to fight off the stuff that's coming for you. You have to stand in faith. You have to stand in hope. You have to stand in belief that good things are going to happen. Great things are going to happen, that you're going to push through obstacles. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. Hey, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So stop looking for easy. And I would actually look for difficult. You become better during times of trial than you do during times of success. Why is that? The amount of pressure that is pushing down on you in any particular season is making you more resourceful. It's making you think of different ways to make things happen. It's making you survive better. It's making you more of a survivor, more of a fighter, more of a battler. At the end of the day, when you're being pressed, you're gonna make wine anyway. You want good wine or bad wine? At the end of the day, you're gonna get pressed. So keep your mind right by positive affirmations, speak good things over your life, rebuke the bad things. There's no weapon that's formed against you that's going to prosper. It's not going to get ahead of you. It's not going to take you out. Everything is working together for your good, no matter how it looks. So I've seen, some crazy things in my lifetime. I've been through a lot of different trials, a lot of different tribulations. I know, as y'all know, and maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but I wouldn't be standing here today being able to talk to y'all right now if I didn't go through the things that I've went through, period. Y'all are the same exact way. The people that you're ministering to in your life, your agents, your kids, your spouse, your friends, the people around you, people that look up to you, nieces, nephews, mom, people around you need your strength. They need your testimony. They need the things that you've gone through. So stay encouraged, because it's too easy to get knocked out, knocked down. It's too easy. It's so easy. Anything could take place and put you in a tizzy. But make sure that you're staying encouraged, that you're focused on the next move. The next move. I heard Pastor Furtick, Stephen Furtick, say, you can't always get it the exact way you want it. You can't always get it the exact way you want it. We did the integrity deal. That's a mountain high. There's been many valleys prior, many valleys after. I don't care what it looks like. There's always something pressing against you, and you've got to be able to keep the right perspective of what you can do in the situation. What is the thing that you can, what's the next best thing that you can do in any situation to keep it moving. There's always something, you know. When we did the integrity deal, we were on 2 years of we were dealing with 2 years of stagnancy. Now we were making money. We had a very successful business, but according to, the FFL standards, according to growth standards, we weren't growing the way we should be growing, the way others were growing. And there was many times where I was distraught. I was upset. I was tired. I was, angry. There were times where I was angry at my agents. The reality is the only person I needed to be angry at was me. And the truth was I didn't even need to be angry. What I needed to be was innovative. What I needed to do was turn the thing around. What I needed to do was soul search. What I needed to do was figure out what did I lack that wasn't getting things to go in the direction they needed to go. It wasn't on anybody but me. So I went in the lab, 2020. I mean, listen, the whole world could have caved in 2020. It was easy to not be encouraged. You know what I'm saying? 2020 spring, 2020 summer, all the events that took place, race wars, presidential wars, political wars, freaking, but good things were happening. The financial markets took off, the life insurance business took off. You had to innovate if you wanted to stay alive. We started, doing things that we thought would pay a dividend, and help us grow where we were at, help us turn things around. I challenged myself to be kinder, be more of an encourager, be nicer, be more generous, be more loving, more caring. Those are the challenges I had to give myself. Not because I wasn't those things, but I knew I could turn those things up multiple different notches. And it's like, okay, what's not happening? I heard Pastor Mike Todd say, whenever you plateau, sow. So I was plateaued. The best thing for me to do was sow seeds. The best thing for me to do was put millions of seeds in the ground. I didn't know how it was going to pop out the ground, what was going to happen, who was going to pop, who was going to shake, what was going to take place. But I knew that I needed to sow seeds. So all those things that I told you about, all those actions that I needed to challenge myself in were my way of saying, hey, nothing can go wrong with love. Nothing go wrong with encouragement, care, taking care of people, being more generous, nothing that can't, if it's already wrong, there can't be nothing wrong with positivity. Just audacious positivity, audacious care, audacious love. We came up with these, we started building culture in the office. I said, look, I don't really control really anything. That was also a great revelation. I have zero control. For all the control freaks out there, I was one of them. What I learned was, Kylie, I have zero control. So there's some sobering, thoughts around having no control. But when you give up control, what you really is, you're releasing blessings, because now you're giving God the ability to move, because he's the one with the ultimate control. So it was easier not when I said I had no control, but when I acted like I had no control. It was easier, right? All the things that I was saying that I wanted to do became easier to do because I was submitting to someone who had the true authority, true control to get the things I wanted to do for 2 straight years, he did in a few short months. And things started to turn around, and we came up with these vision values, 7 vision values. Love was the first vision value. We used it internal. I didn't even make the agents have to do anything with it. We just used it in the office. I said, look, I control these 4 walls. I can build culture here, and we can move that culture on out. We could go deep on the independent side. If I could get this right, we can go deep outwardly. So love, integrity, gratitude, happiness, teamwork, service, and execution. And I looked at the, with one of my staff, and we just was like, the acronym looks like lights, And I said, all right, well, there's an E there still, So we became lights, camera, execution, and we turned that into a mantra that we still use heavily to this day. We have our vision values on the wall. We have our vision values. Everyone has a vision value card. They bring it into all the meetings that they're in. No meeting starts without someone reading one vision value. We have a vision value activity of the month. So this month we're in love, and it just cycles out 7 times. So we just did execution, now we're in love. So we're doing a vision value activity of the month. This is just my staff. And we're going to do some type of baking activity because food is love. So, and we just do these things internal, and it's, but again, over that time, 2020 now, this is the reinvention. It just started to permeate. So, Carly, in the conversations that we've had and times where you've not felt like you had it all together, to see you sowing seeds is just amazing, because it's things like this that are contagious. These things build big teams, because people aren't really as interested in, making millions of dollars as they are being cared for and loved and providing for their family. You could provide for your family with less than millions of dollars. That's facts. So I'm not saying that stuff's not available. It is. But what I've learned is people are looking to provide for their family and have great relationships, loved and be cared for. So what you're doing is just immaculate. So my point in keeping your mind right is like, you control the atmosphere, you control the seasons, you control the winter, you control the spring, you control the summer, you control the fall. They're your seasons. You can control the things in your heart. You can control the things in your mind. You can't control everything. But you can control this and you can control this. And that is how outwardly you're going to get what it is you're seeking, what it is you're looking for. What was the second thing you needed me to go over, Kylie?
Why do people need to build an agency? We're having I wouldn't say it's starting to catch on, Mark. So let me just say this part, right? So the reason, guys, that we started doing a BOM every Wednesday is because I called Mark to get coaching, right? And so I didn't just call him and waste his time and say, okay, that sounds good, and never do it. Like we do a BDM every Wednesday, Mark, at 6 p.m. And we got, at this point, we probably have about 40 people that get on the Zoom and about 12, 15 people that show up in the office. So it's growing every week. And Amen. We have probably 7 to 10 guests a week, new people on there. So it's, but it's because of, me reaching out and saying, hey, what do I do? How do we get better? What are you doing? Because we understood, Corinne and I understood that the way to grow this business, yes, personal production is important, but the best, the funnest, the way you'll make the most money is if you build an agency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. So we had a big agency when we sold to Integrity. By all insurance standards in the world, we were doing $1.3 million a month. Now we average somewhere between 9 to 11 million a month, about 10 million a month. That's 3 years later. Be clear. So when you talk about the most fun, when you talk about the same seeds you're sowing, Kylie, the same seeds I sowed in 2020, where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, but I had choices to make. One of the biggest things I was 39 when I did my Integrity deal. It was my 40th birthday year. And I said, this decade needs to be about legacy. It needs to be about generosity. It needs to be about giving back, and giving so much, that you know, we can make serious impact. So this isn't, as much as you want it to be, this isn't just about you. You know, everybody on this call has needs. Everybody on this call has desires. Everyone on this call has dreams. Everyone on this call has passions, desires, things you're great at, things you want to do, things you want to see come to pass. This can't just be about you. And it's not even just you and your team, it's you and the team. Right? Like, that's one thing I had to figure out. It's like, it's not even just you and your team, it's you and the team. The team is the human beings that you impact day to day. There's people on this call, Kelly, that are not on your team. You're impacting the team. Like, so there's people on this call, all of y'all, everyone's not tied to one another financially, but you know, the team is only as strong as its weakest link. So if everybody's pouring in, if everybody's attending the BOM, if everybody's inviting new people, then everybody's winning. Those are the greatest. When I look back, the funnest times is when we are all winning together, cutting up, laughing, joking. We're making mistakes. We're not, full of ourselves. We're just out there, and there's a part of that you get some freedom from personal production, because your personal pen in this business is the greatest gift that could ever be given. I don't know what to tell you, but I saw Dominique on this call, and Dominique and I had a call maybe 9 years ago, when the company first started. And, he had lost his ability to write. And now that dude helped train me on how to write. You know what I'm saying? So for this guy, that was a rough spot, but I seen him come out of it by building, leading, and growing a team without his personal pen, which was his weapon. That was his weapon of destruction. Like, he wrote a lot of life insurance. And then when he was able to write again, the speed in which he hit the field was that of a person with gratitude. Like, does that make sense? Like, there's people that have their ability to write 30, 40, 50, 60 grand a month and don't do it because they think it's too hard. They have better things to do. They're past that stage of their career. Wow. You're past the stage of your career where 50 G's gets deposited each month? That's a heck of a career you got, because I definitely ain't past that stage of my career. So it's awkward, but I speak about Dom because the immediate gratitude. You saw my man on camera during COVID, sitting with families, just outside their homes, writing life insurance, high level, and it was just inspiring and leading. And like, you have the ability to write insurance to keep your bills paid and keep your mind right, which allows the building side to feel freer. Like, this ain't an MLM where you're going to get credit for bringing 10 people to the meeting every week. You should bring 10 people to the meeting every week. Don't get it confused. You absolutely should, because that's how you're going to build it. And the person in front of the room with all the credibility who's doing the meeting, they're going to get your people in every week because they know what to do. They know how to say it. They know how to move. They know how to call on people. They know what to do. So you're not even doing the work. But you being able to stand up in that meeting and say you wrote 13,000 this week or 9,000 this week, was your first week and you wrote 4,800, is bone chilling to new people. bone chilling. So building to me is still two-sided. It's selling so that you can have money, and it frees up your mind so you can make good decisions, and then you can you can do things freely, thought-wise. And then the second side is you must build, because it's not just about you. There's people that need what we have. Matter of fact, there's people on this call that need to see somebody get fired up, that needs to see someone light a match and put themselves on fire. They need to see it. And it might even be better if you haven't done it yet, because they need to see it. New blood needs to come in, because new blood needs to see what is possible, and new blood gets on fire. So doing this thing, warm market, Kylie, is the best approach. BOM is amazing because you're always dealing with new warm blood and new people going into class. Those are the best hires. All of us have been through class. And at the end of the day, you need to make this. We've all been blessed with an amazing opportunity here at FFL. I don't care what you've been through, what you've seen. It doesn't really matter. I've seen everything you've seen times 10. So we've all been blessed. I'm still standing here saying I'm blessed. We've all been blessed with this opportunity at FFL to have these contracts and to have all these amazing carriers to work with and to have a direct line to integrity. Like, there's just so many things to be grateful for. But why not share it? Why not share it with reckless abandon and build yourself a massive agency and help a bunch of people along the way? Make this thing about legacy. Make this thing about generosity. Make this thing about other people, and use your personal production to keep your mind right as you're building.
Marc, so I keep thinking back to a lot of our conversations, because I think, I know a lot of times people think that because you have money, if you're a leader, you don't have anything that goes on, right? It's just that we don't let anybody see those things that are going on. And anytime you have an issue, like, it's funny because Frank has told me, he's like, if you have an issue with me, talk to Marc Meade about it. He said, because Marc Meade is going to give you the realest advice, right? Because I'm going to take my problems up. I'm not going to take them to my downline. I'm not going to take them to the people on the team. I'm going to talk to people up so I can get advice. And I come to you because you're going to give me, you don't make a dime off of you don't make any money from the decisions that you tell me to make, right? So I know whatever you tell me is going to be it's going to be unbiased and it's going to be real. Real quickly, talk about why it's important to get coaching, because one of the things we've been talking about in the team and the people that are doing it is we're saying you need to get close to the fire, right? And the fire is the leadership, right? And the people that are getting close to the fire, the people that are talking to us every day, that are getting coaching every day, that are getting feedback, and a lot of times getting their ass handed to them, right? Those are the people that are growing. But I know people don't want to get close to the fire, because you get close to the fire, you're going to get burned. Financial Oracle, the lady that just, like, Financial Oracle, Marcjmeade, she's like, I want to be close to the fire. And she takes everything that Corinne or I said and she implements it immediately. And and every week now she's in the top 10 for business, because she's close to the fire. How important is coaching and getting close to the fire in this business and getting uncomfortable? Because really it's talking about getting uncomfortable.
Very. It's unbelievable. When the company first started, 2014, we used to do these things called boot camps, and we did them every month. So, whatever, your boot camp, however many people, but we were building it. And I remember Sean Mike having a boot camp in Connecticut. And he was the leader in Connecticut, but, very quickly his role morphed into being the president of the company, like not running a Connecticut agency. I was like, look, I'll come up to Connecticut every month. Just let me know when the meeting is. I'll be there every month. And I didn't even think twice about it. It was just like, we're growing a company. You need as many leaders to step up as humanly possible. Y'all are doing this boot camp every month. I'll be there. and whatever's needed, I'm in. But it allowed me to get close to the fire and stay close to the fire, and honestly, even to this day, those advantages have paid off. Like, I didn't go, hey, I did want advantages. Not gonna lie, I did want to serve, but how do I know what the advantages are? I'm just going to Connecticut for 3 hours once a month. It's 2.5 hours to drive up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the necessary advantages are. I just know there's opportunity. But service creates opportunity. So to me, getting close to the fire is about serving, because there's not a leader on here who doesn't want one of their team members or leaders to come alongside and help lift the bricks. There's not one on here. Matter of fact, everyone on here would love it if more people would raise their hands and say, I'll help you lift the bricks. You know, Diddy's got this saying that says, you ain't got to ask who the leaders are if they ain't carrying the bricks. Like, at the end of the day, you ain't got to ask who's rolling with you, because the ones rolling with you is carrying the bricks. You know, and that's a pretty simple concept. They ain't asking where the bricks at, they carrying them. And then there's other people that is ducking from carrying the bricks. And then there's other people that, you know, is watching you carry the bricks. But there's ones that are carrying the bricks. Now, at the end of the day, as a leader, I'm looking for leaders that want to help every day. Every day. I'm never like, I got too many people carrying the brick. I never heard of that. I never heard of that. Service is how you're going to stay close to the fire. There's not a person on here who can outserve their leader and not be close to the fire. It's not possible. So really, like, so you can be great. I don't care if you're a leader, you need to be a servant leader too. Like, you need to know how to lead from the front, you need to know how to lead from behind. Those are great leaders. You don't always got to be the center of attention to lead. You just have to show up and be ready to help. So I hope that to me, that is the definition of getting close to the fire. The people doing the most service, your leader will always have time for you. Always have time for you. So I hope that helps.
That was fire. So Mark, we like to, you know, get this off. I mean, I can listen to you for hours, for real. But we gotta wrap this up. Guys, this is recorded. Marc, thank you so much for your time. I don't take your time at all for granted. I appreciate you so much. The squad appreciates you. I think this is the most people we've had on a Monday on our morning call since we started it about a month ago. So great job, everybody, for jumping on here. Marc, we appreciate you. Guys, unmute and let Marc know how much we appreciate him.
Thank you,
Thank
Marc.
you, Marc.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
One love. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Mark.
my brother, bro.
Appreciate
Love
it.
you.
Perfect.
I'm gonna say something real quick in closing.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Keep doing what you're doing. That opening up with gratitude and declarations over your life, that's crazy contagious. There's no way, if y'all keep doing that and inviting people, meaning you're recruiting and bringing people into the business, this is one of the most inspiring calls I've ever seen.
Hey.
So if y'all keep doing that, there's no way you can't grow. There's no way you won't grow. So appreciate y'all. God bless.
Appreciate you, Marc.
Thank you so much, Marc.
Thank you, guys.
Drops,
Run it up, guys.
Have a
Marc.
great day.
Run
We
it
will see you
up.
on the live dial.
Thanks, Marc.
Bang, bang.
Live dial.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Let's get it popping.